Give me 1 second. Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavanam Jayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnuhu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Bandhuscha Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva.
धन्यवादः बहु सम्यक् आसीत् आरम्भं कुर्मः हरप्रसाद महोदय भवान् प्रश्नान्
प्रष्टुमिच्छति This is regarding Sarvanama Pada. Okay. The Pratipadikam, there are many types of Pratipadikam, and some of which are considered Sarvanama Pada. Now, in Sarvanama Pada, it may be Akaranta, or Dakaranta, or Makaranta, like that. Now, it will be in three, any Sarvanama Pada, any Sarvanama Pratipadikam will be in three lingas. But it may not be in three vachanas.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm sorry?
Which ones are you talking about?
Okay. Which one I'm talking about is, for example, Eka. Eka, Ekam, Eka.
Correct.
So they are in the three genders.
Correct.
But they are only in Ekavachana.
Correct. Because it's restriction, because it is a Sankhya Vachaka Sarvanama.
Correct. It is a Sankhya Vachaka Sarvanama. So when you use it as a Visheshana, in Visheshana Visheshya Bhavaha, the Visheshya must be in Ekavachana.
Correct.
Okay.
At our level. At our level, for us. There are chances where if you read a Balamodini Katha or something like that, where you might see a different vachana for using Eka. And at that point in time, if you see something like that, bring that sentence here and we can dissect it.
Very good.
For our level, because we have to go up in certain steps only, right? If we go straight up, we won't understand. So at our level, Eka Shabdaha, it is Eka Vachanam only at this point in time.
Now, why is it only certain Pratipadikas are called Sarvanama? I know Sarvanama kind of indicates pronoun. That means we have made a reference into the subject before. It may be a name or a thing, and we are going to talk about it using pronouns.
Correct.
That I understand. But my question to you is, now, if you take a word like Vishwa, which is a Sarvanama Pada.
Vishwa is, it can be both, correct? Vishwalokaha, Vishwaha as in the universe. It can be a Visheshyam also, or am I incorrect?
I was looking for, let's forget Vishwa. How about Anya?
Anya, correct. Anya is Sarvanama.
Anya is Sarvanama. So, I wanted to talk about Vishwa because I got confused in that, because it is, somehow I cannot use it as a pronoun, and I don't understand why the word Vishwa is a Sarvanama Pratipadika.
Okay, Vishwa as a Sarvanama.
Mahoday, what is the criteria for the Sarvanama Pratipadika?
Sarvanama Pratipadikam iti, those are the ones where they are always pointing at something else. They can never be taken by themselves. So the Visheshyams, the Namapadani, even they're also Namapadani, but the Visheshyams, the ones that we call nouns, they can live by themselves. If we say Chhatraha, we know Chhatraha is a student, correct? Then we say Saha Chhatraha, the Saha, if it is not pointing to the Chhatraha, we don't know the Saha, what it means by itself. By itself, it cannot stand. It has to point towards something else. Does that make sense?
No, Mahavya.
If you say Saha Asti, and suppose I'm not pointing to anyone, or I'm not, there is no previous sentence to give context. If I say Saha Asti, will you understand what Saha means?
No.
No, you don't know if it's a Balakaha, you don't know if it's a Purushaha, you know it is a male, but you don't know what Saha is. But if I say Balakaha Asti, then you know what Balakaha is. Boy. Boy is there.
Correct.
So the Saha cannot live by itself without a context.
Correct.
Anyaha can also not live by itself without a context. You need Anyaha, you need something, and then you need to say Anyaha for something else, correct?
Okay.
So these Sarvanamas cannot live by themselves without a context. Now, if we're having a conversation, we're saying Balakaha asti, Tasya nama, blah, 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 then that Tasya we know is pointing to the Balakaha. So the next few sentences, when we use the Saha, the Tad Shabdaha, we know that the context is the Balakaha. But if we did not have that context at all, you jumped in the middle of the conversation, you'll be completely confused. What is she talking about? You're using only a Sarvanama, I don't understand. So that is what a Sarvanama is. But Vishwaha, Vishwaha can also be used in Visheshya Rupam. Vishwaha means universe also. It can be a standalone Shabda by itself.
That must be Vishwaha. Vishwa means all.
Vishwa means all. So that is the context. So if you use it in that context, then it is used in Sarvanama, as a Sarvanama. In Sanskrit, one word, has a million meanings, right? So those you have to take based on the context, whether it is used as a Sarvanama Rupa. For instance, even Visheshanams, if you have Visheshanam, suppose I say, Saha Unnataha Balakaha Asti, Unnataha Saha Kimapi Kritavan. That Unnataha. Unnataha Kimapi Kritavan. I can actually say Unnataha Kimapi Kritavan. So that Unnataha is also kind of representing a Sarvanama. It is pointing to that Saha Balakaha.
Oh.
Correct. So everything is contextual. We can define things and say we're going to put it under this umbrella. We're going to call it an adjective. We're going to call it a sarvanama and things like that. But in the end, everything has to be taken in context in Sanskrit.
Okay.
That is the beauty of the language. That bhasha maryada, that is the beauty of it. That you can take and you can play with it in such a way that you can make it you can beautify the verses like that. That's how it works. Does that make sense? So Sarvanamas are basically when you cannot have something standing by itself. It's not a standalone. It has to point towards something. You have to know the context. That is when it is used in that Sarvanam, that Sarvanamatvam, that is when it has that form of a pronoun. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Dhanyavada. And I apologize to the other students for taking this time.
I don't think you have to apologize. I think it's good for everyone.
Yes, we also learned.
Thank you.
We also learned something.
Thank you.
So, anybody have any questions, Griha Karyam, or in the last lesson or anything like that? Does anyone have any questions before we move ahead? Sankhya Vachaka Visheshanani Gata Saptahe Sankhya Vachaka Visheshanani Kritavantah Vayam Anantaram Kimapi Anantaram Vayam Kati Shabdaha Kati Shabdam Patitavantah Tatsarvam Avagatam Va Grihakaryamapi Samyak Asit Va Uta Kartum Shaknuvanti Va Shaktavantah Va Sarve.
Now it is actually our part. We have to do a lot of practice to.
Correct. I'll try to bring in practice as well. So, idanim aham share screen karomi. Eka nimsham. So actually, we'll start with that Sarva Shabdaha that Mahodaya was asking about. So we did not go into it in the last class. Bhanu Mahodaya's class, I think, has already done Sarva Shabdaha. But sorry, we'll redo this because I haven't done it here. So atra to akarantaha pullinga sarvanama sarva shabdaha. Kimartham sarvanama iti suchayamah chet tatra sarvaha sarvau sarve iti agachati kalu. If we say sarvanama, we know that the rupam will come as sarvaha sarvau sarve. Otherwise, we will say sarvaha sarvau sarvaha. That is how we usually say balakaha balakau balakaha. But we know that it's not like that because it follows the tad shabda. Sahataute. So sarvaha sarvau sarve. Hey sarva, hey sarva, hey sarve. The rest of it is all pretty simple. But the problem in sarva shabdaha is understanding the bhavarthaha. Atra arthaha kaha iti prathamam avagatya eva anantaram agre gantum shaknumaha. The problem with sarvaha is in English, when we do translation, it means all. We automatically want to go into bahuvachanam. So sarve prashnaha santi, sarve balakaha santi. Tadrisham to we know. The bahuvachanam is easy to understand. All of the people in the class, all of the sarve lokaha, tadrisham to it's easy to understand. But what does sarvaha in ekavachanam? What does it mean? Tatra, it means the whole, the complete, sampurnaha. Tatra sarvaha vrikshaha kampate. Kevalam tatra parnani eva na kampante. Sarvaha vrikshaha kampate. Avagatam va? The whole tree is shaking. It is not only the leaves. Sarvaha vrikshaha kampate. Sarvaha lokaha. Sarvaha lokaha means the whole world. Sarvaha lokaha kim karoti? Sarvaha lokaha drishyati pashyati. Tatra kopi kimapi karoti. Vanarahaiva kimapi karoti. Tu sarvaha lokaha pashyati. Saha kim karoti iti. The whole world is watching. Tadrisham. This sarva shabdaha also has a sambodhana. Usually sarvanama shabdas don't have sambodhana. Sarva shabdaha has a sambodhana. I will not go into the details of that right now. When we go and see that one, when we see it in stories, when we see it in other things, then we will discuss it. But it can be used because it is a visheshana rupam. It can be used as, hey, it's not a common usage. Viralaha nasti tatra. So don't worry too much about the sambodhana prathama. Okay. So dvitiya also. So sarvaha vrikshaha kampate. Sarvam lokam drishtva eva saha yatram karoti. Sarvam, he looks at the whole world and only then he looks at the whole map. Tadrisham. Sarvam, anyone have a sentence for sarvam? Sarvam karyam kritva eva saha agre gacchati. He does all his work and only then he goes. Tadrisham. Sarvena udyamena saha karyam karoti. With all his effort. Ekavachane eva asti. Sampurnataya udyamam upayujya eva saha karoti. Tadrisham. Sarvena udyamena. Sarvasmai vishvaya, sarvasmai lokaya saha danam karoti. He gives to the whole world. Sarvasmat kim tatra? Sarvasmat vrikshat gandha agachati, sugandha agachati. Sarvasmat pushpat, tatra pushpam is, we know it is napumsakalingam, but it is equivalent. In pullingam and napumsakalingam, after tritiya, we know it is the same. So, sarvasmat vrikshat sugandha agachati. Sarvasya vrikshasya varnaha ekam chitram asti. Tasmin chitre sarvasya vrikshasya varnaha krishnaha. The whole tree has been painted as black. Sarvasya vrikshasya varnaha krishnaha. Sarvasmin loke, in the whole world. So that is what it is, like sampurnam, the whole complete. Sarva means in ekavachanam it is complete. Okay. If you want to say each and every, then you'll say pratyekaha. Okay. You will not say sarvaha. Sarvaha here means complete. Pratyekaha balakaha. Kakshayam pratyekaha balakaha patati. That is different. Okay. Atra sarvaha balakaha. The whole child, the whole boy. Tadrisham asti. So the usage is very important over there when you use in singular. Sarva, there Dvivachanam is used very rarely for this Sarva Shabdaha. But there if you have a couple, there if you have like a Mata Pita, there if you have, Vishnuhu Lakshmi, Tadrisham, any couple, then you will use the Dvivachanam usage there. That is all. But it is the whole complete dual there. That is all. Does that make sense? Anybody have any questions?
Sometimes we say Sarve Devaya Namaha. Then that's wrong, right? Then we need to say Sarvasmai Devaya Namaha.
Right. And Sarvasmai Devaya Namaha is also not correct. Kalu. If you want to say, that depends on the usage. If you say Sarvasmai Devaya Namaha, what does it mean? I am praying to the whole God. I am praying to the complete God.
No, I want to do namaskaras to all the God. How do you say that?
So then what you'll use Chaturthi Bahuvachanam. Sarvebhyaha Devebhyaha Namaha. Tadrisham.
I see. Okay. That's wrong. Okay, got it. Dhanyawada, Mahodaya.
Mahodaya, am I right in assuming that when you say Sarvaha, it's not be a target group, say whether it is among the students, among the community, or among the trees, when you say among the flowers. So is that right to assume?
Give me an example.
When you say Sarvebhyaha Namaskaraha, so when I...
But there you're using Bahuvachanam.
Yeah,
to all of you.
Yeah, but the Sarvanama, Sarva Sabdaha is targeting the group, yes?
Correct. Correct. It is targeting all of the people. Bahuvachanam, it is targeting the whole group. Correct. Sarvebhyaha Chatrebhyaha Namaskaraha. Sarvebhyaha Chatrebhyaha Namaha iti. Tadrisham. Sarvebhyaha Lokebhyaha Mangalam iti.
So when you say Sarvaha, also it is one among us?
It is not one among. It is the whole of an entity. You take one entity and it is the complete entity, the whole entity. Now, if you find an example of a different thing, please bring it, because this is not an easy concept. This is a slightly confusing concept. But for me, what I have understood so far is that Sarvaha means the complete. Sarvaha Lokaha means the whole world. Not one among the worlds, the whole world. Sarvaha Lokaha. Sarvaha Balakaha means the whole boy. Sampurnataya, the whole. We are not talking only about his hridayam, or we are not talking only about his eyes or his head. We're talking about the whole boy, his essence, Tadrisham. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, but when we say in Bahuvachanam, Sarve, so what does it mean?
So Sarve Chhatraha, Atra tu Kaksha asti. Sarve Chhatraha Agatavantaha. All the students have come. The complete class is here. All of them. So that is a group. But there we are not making group as in an individual group. Like one group in English, we take and we make one group. Khalu.
Yeah.
The whole group is here, we can say. That is also, you can also say that in Sanskrit. But when we are saying all the students in the group are here, Kakshayam Sarve Chhatraha Agatavantaha. All the students are here.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kakshayam Sarve Chhatraha Agatavantaha. Then you can say, what can you say in context to that? Sarvaha Chhatraha. I don't know how to say that. I wanted to say the whole boy is present. I'll come up with a sentence and I'll tell you next time. The Sarva Shabda is not easy to do, which is why I have a homework just for our group. I'm going to just take this out. Just give me a minute. How do I? Yes. So for our group, I mean, anybody can do it. I have no issues. It doesn't matter whether you're in our group or not. Now, how do I go? Control tab. Yes, this one. Okay, I'm going to set up a document. I'm going to put it and I'm going to put it in the class notes. So we'll call it Sarva Shabdasya Abhyasaha. So in this one, what you'll do is it'll be a sort of a group activity. So Abhyasaha, because it's not an easy thing. And I will also be learning while you're doing this. I'll also look at it. I'll also correct it. What I want to do is so when we have this Sarva Shabda, we have Sarva Shabda in Pullingaha, we have it in Napumsakalinga, and we have it in Strilinga. Okay. Now, when we do all of these three, each of the forms are different, but the meaning, the artham is the same. Correct? We all know that, we all understand the meaning. When we say Sarvam Pushpam, the whole flower. Sarvam Pushpam. Sarvam Pushpam Pashyami. I'm looking at the whole flower. Sarvam Chitram Pashyami. Kevalam ekasmin sthane eva na pashyami. Kevalam aham sarvam chitram pashyami. Brihat chitram asti. Sarvam chitram api drishtva eva aham vaktum shaknomi samyak asti va nasti va. Avagatam va? Tatra sarvam katham upayujyate iti.
I have a question. So this Bahuvachanam relates to one, one group, as you said.
Yes, the complete.
All the entities or units in a group.
All the members of the group, correct.
Group, yeah.
Yes.
So if we then have to refer to many groups, then
you will have to talk about Ekaha Kutumbaha asti, Sarve Kutumbaha santi. All the families are there. The family group itself will have a name, a word. Huh? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Eka Kakshya asti. Kakshayam tu bahavaha chhatraha santi. Parantu tatra sarvaha kakshaha santi patashalayam.
Sarvaha kakshaha santi.
Patashalayam tu sarvaha kakshaha santi. Sarvaha kakshaha prachalanti. All the classes are running in the school. Parantu kakshayam tu bahavaha chhatraha santi. Prati kakshayam.
Okay.
So don't get confused by going into direct translations or anything like that. You take the sentence by itself and make sense of it.
Mahode, when you say Tadage, Ekam Kamalam Asti. Okay. Then if I want to say Tadage, Sarvam Kamalam Asti means I'm looking at the whole Kamala Pushpam.
It doesn't make sense. The sentence is correct. Vakyam tu shuddhameva. Parantu there is the sarvam kamalam aham pashyami. Aham kevalam, I'm not looking at the petals or I'm not looking at the leaf tadrisham. Sarvam kamalam api aham pashyami. You have to make sense in terms of the context also. But if you're saying all the lotuses are there in the tadage, then tadage sarvani kamalani santi.
That, yeah. But if I want to say Tadage ekam kamalam pashyami, Tadage ekam sampurnam kamalam pashyami.
Samyak.
That's good.
Aham tadage. Kimapi, there is something strange happening. Kamalam tu bahu brihat abhavat. It has become very big.
Right.
Tu tadrisham asti. Tu idanim aham vadami tat kamalam asti khalu tat tu tadage asti. Ekam kamalam tadage asti. Aham tam sampurnam kamalam aham pashyami. Even if it's small, it's okay. Aham tam sampurnam pashyami. Aham kevalam Bhagavan katham pashyati. Bhagavan sampurnam pashyati. Sarvam pashyati. Tadrishameva. Sampurnam. Sarvam kamalam aham pashyami. I look at the whole lotus. It can be considered in two ways. That you are seeing the entirety of it. You are seeing the top to the bottom. You are seeing every single part of it. Or you can say, I am seeing the essence of it. I am seeing what it is. Aham sarvam kamalam pashyami. Aham avagachami. Kamalam kim iti aham idanim drashtum shaknomi. Sarvam kamalam pashyami. Tadrisham.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It is in context. How it is understood, it makes a lot more sense. Does anyone else have any other questions?
So if I want...
Go ahead.
So if I want to say, I have seen lotus, the entire pond has lotus, right? So I don't want to say entire pond is filled with lotus, but I saw the entire pond with lotus.
So then you would say sarvasmin
sarvasmin tadage
kamalam asti.
Kamalam, yeah. Okay.
In the whole thing, there is lotus. Tadrisham. Kamalani santi actually makes more sense. Sarvasmin tadage kamalani santi. That makes more sense.
Right.
So does that make sense? So this is a hard concept. So what I want us to do as a group, and we can get the other groups to do it. I have no issues. It doesn't matter which group you're in. Please don't worry about it. But there are 21, 21, 21. There are 21 times 3 forms. What I want us to do is, and this is for not just, this is not just for you guys. This is also for me, as in it is very good practice. So I will set it up and I will put it in the WhatsApp group, the link, and I'll put it in class notes also. So Sarva Shabdaha, I will put up, I will write down the 21 forms for Pullinga, 21 forms for Napumsakalinga, 21 forms for Strilinga. I want each and every one of you to try and make as many sentences as possible for as many different vibhakti forms as possible. And then we look at each other's and correct, because the correction is also an abhyasam for us. So if you see, first job is though to make sure that all the fields are populated. So if you see that the Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvacham is not filled, try to get a sentence for that. So if we try that, and then if you want to add more sentences, and then if you want to just put a comment over there saying, is this sentence correct? I don't think this sentence is correct. How to fix it? You put that also. We can do that. So this way, at least our understanding of this Sarva Shabda is clear. Is that okay? Because if we have to do this in class, it will take the whole class. Yes? Is that an okay way to practice this Sarva Shabda? Is everybody? Yes? Uttama. So I'll set this up and I'll put it in the class notes and we'll do it together. I'll also keep looking at it every day and I'll put corrections as needed. So you come back and check as in when needed. But this forms are pretty simple. The forms are just basically like your Sahataute, like that only. It follows along. The one place that people make mistakes is this Sarvesham. Sarvesham Balakanam. So this is Sarvesham is like Tesham. You have to be careful. It is easy to make that. I made that mistake. Sarvanam Balakanam. It is not. It is Sarvesham Balakanam Shariram Shariraha tu Shariraha asti Tadrisham. All the boys have a body Tadrisham. So in Napumsakalingam also the same. After Dvitiya, everything else is the same. You go to Tritiya onwards, it is the same as Pullingavateva. Tanantram Strilinge tu Nadi Shabdaha, no, not Nadi Shabdaha, Akaranta, Rama Shabdaha iva. Rama Shabdavatasti, to Sarva, Sarve, Sarvaha, Sarve, Sarve, He Sarvaha. Leave the, I'm going to leave the Sambodhana Prathama out of the exercise because when we see it in Kathas, then we'll bring it forward. We won't use that right now because the usage is very small for that. Okay. Sarvam, Sarve, Sarvaha, Sarvaya, Sarvabhyam, Sarvabhihi. Sarvaya, Sarvabhyam, Sarvabhihi, Sarvasyai, Sarvabhyam, Sarvabhyaha, Sarvasyaha, Sarvabhyam, Sarvabhyaha. Why is Bhavatyaha? Sarvasyaha, Shamitam. It is Sarvasyaha, same as Panchami. Sarvasyaha, Sarvayoho, Sarvasam. Sarvasam, like it is a Sarvanama. So Sarvasam. Then Sarvasyam, Sarvayoho, Sarvasu. Okay. So everything is almost the same except for the Sarvasam. It is Ramanam, I know, but here it is Sarvasam. Okay, just keeping in mind. So we'll make sentences, make as many sentences as you want. Check, ask for checking in as many sentences as you want, no problem. We'll come up with a format to check that. Okay. Yeah. So we had done 30.
So Mahoday, so you're asking us to do 21 times 3, 63 sentences?
No. I am asking the whole group to make 63 sentences. So if you don't have time, you go and write one sentence. Somebody else goes in and sees this Vibhakti Rupam, this one has not got a sentence, I'll put that sentence in. Like that. So our goal is to make sure those 63 sentences are filled in and we can look at those 63 sentences for examples at any time to understand the arthaha. But if you want to go and add 2 sentences, a second sentence, it is okay. Go ahead.
And where do we do that?
So I'll put it up in a Google Doc.
Okay.
I'll put it up in a Google Doc. I'll put it in class notes and in the Signal group, so that everybody has a chance to do it. The more of us that do it, the better. And you can go and look at other people's sentences also, see if it makes sense, and start a discussion. So that way we learn more. Okay.
Mahodaya, one doubt, can you please show the Srilinga the statement?
Nishchayena ekanimisham. Vadatu.
See, in the Pullinga we say Sarvebhyah, but here we say Sarvebhyah.
Sarvabhyah.
Sarvabhyah.
Just like Ramabhyah.
Okay. I thought it is B. Okay.
Sarvabhihi is for Tritiya.
Okay.
Sarvabhihi is Tritiya. Sarvabhyah, Sarvabhyah, Sarvasam, Sarvasu. Usually what we find is we will use the tendency is to use the Bahuvachana Rupam. Our confusion will rise when we do the Ekavachana Rupam or Dvivachana Rupam. So just having a little bit of Abhyasa will help there. That's all. Okay. There was an online quiz that I was going to do. I don't know if Bhanu Mahodaya's class has done it or not. Hariprasad Mahodaya, have they done it?
Come again, please.
Online quiz, this Sankhya Vachaka quiz, has it been done? Have you done it?
I was not fully present for the last class.
Okay, no problem. No problem. So we had done the Kati. Anybody have any questions on the Kati things? Shall we go through and quickly make one sentence for one question for each of them? Let's do that. So we'll start with Hariprasad Mahodaya Prathama Kati Prathama Vibhaktyam ekam prashnam pritchatu.
Okay. Kati balakaha santi.
Samyak. Kati balakaha asti iti samyak asti va? Yadi atadrisham vadami chet shuddham asti va? Kimartham?
Because Kati will take only Bahuvachana.
Samyak. Kati tu Bahuvachanantar shabdah asti. Tu Trilingeshu api tadeva asti. Tu Kati balakaha, Kati mahilaha, Kati pushpani. Trayam api samanameva. And it has to be in Bahuvachanam. Bahu samyak. Uttamam. Agre Vijayasundaram Mahodaya Bhavan Agrimam Dvitiya Vibhaktyam vadati va? Ekam prashnam.
Is it Katim Balakam Asti?
Kati Balakaha Santi is Prathama Vibhakti. Now think of a statement. If I want to say, I see 3 boys. Can you say that?
Aham three balakam pashyami.
Trin balakan pashyami.
Okay, threen balakan pashyami.
Now replace trin with Kati.
Kati balakan aham pashyami.
Samyak. Aham Kati balakan pashyami. Aham trin balakan pashyami. Aham ekam balakam api drashtum shaknomi. Tatra api aham Kati balakan pashyami eva prashnaha. Samyak bhavati. So aham Kati balakan pashyami is the correct form because you have to ask in plural, but the answer can be in singular, dual or plural. It doesn't matter. Avagatam khalu Mahodaya?
Yes, understood. Thank you.
Bhagya Mahodaya agrimam Kati bhihi upayujya ekam prashnam.
Kati bhihi balakaihi saha shikshakaha gacchati.
Samyak. Uttaram api dadatu.
Kati bhihi balakaihi panchaihi balakaihi saha shikshakaha gacchati.
Yeah, we haven't learned pancha, so there it will be like just the same as bihi. Always bihi will come. Pancha bhihi balakaihi.
Pancha bihi. Kshamita Mahodaya. Pancha bihi balakaihi saha shikshakaha gacchati.
Samyak. Pancha bihi. Don't worry. But for pancha, shat, all that, it will all be bihi only for Tritiya Vibhakti. And it is Trilingeshu Samanam. Tadeva. Agre. Tina Mahodaya, Hemrani Mahodaya, Bhavati Agrimam Karoti va Katibhyah. Chaturthi Vibhakti. Ekam prashnam. Prashnam uttaram.
Katibhyah jananibhyah dhanam dadami.
Samyak. Uttaram.
Panchabhyah jananibhyah aham dhanam dadami.
Bahu samyak. Bahu samyak. Yadi 4 चत्वारि अस्ति चेत् चत्वारि न तु तत्र चतस्रः जनन्यः सन्ति चेत्
चतस्रः जननिभ्यः
चतस्रभ्यः
चतस्रभ्यः जननिभ्यः अहं धनं ददामि.
Samyak. Tatra we have to remember only for Trini and Chatvari, the Strilinga Rupam is Tisraha and Chatasraha. And then once you know that Tisraha and Chatasraha, everything follows the same way. Tisraha is Dvitiya. So in Prathama it's Tisraha, Dvitiya is Tisraha. Then Tisrabhihi, Tisrabhyaha, Tisrabhyaha, Tisrinam, Tisrishu. After that it's all the same. I didn't ask this question. Who wants to tell me if I want to say I see 4 boys? How will I say it? Pavitram, sorry. Vijay Menon Mahodaya Bhavan Vadatu. I see 4 boys. Mute मध्ये अस्ति. अन्य कोऽपि? Manjusha Mahodaya Bhavati Vadati va?
आं भगिनि. अहं चतुरः बालकान् पश्यामि.
बहु सम्यक्. अहं चतुरान् बालकान् पश्यामि इति वदामि चेत् तत्र अर्थः कः?
चतुरान् बालकान् इत्युक्ते बुद्धि क्लेवर बॉयज. अहं चतुरान् क्लेवर बॉयज.
बुद्धिमत् शब्दः उपयुज्य कथं वदामः?
बुद्धिमन्तं
न बुद्धिमतः.
बुद्धिमतः बालकान् पश्य.
बहु सम्यक्. क्षम्यताम्. I put you on the spot. It is बहु सम्यक्.
Like Bhagavatah.
Yes, Bhagavatah. Yeah. It's good practice to keep trying these things. So I'll put you guys on the spot and I'll put myself on the spot also, but that's not a problem. So agre Bhagya Mahodaya bhavati kritavati खलु? Agre Manjusha Mahodaya bhavati eva karotu. Panchami vibhakti upayujya ekam prashnam. Katibhyah.
कतिभ्यः बालकेभ्यः वयं पुस्तकं स्वीकुर्मः.
सम्यक्. बहु सम्यक्. उत्तरं?
त्रिभ्यः बालकेभ्यः वयं पुस्तकं स्वीकुर्मः.
यदि बालकाः न सन्ति, यदि महिलाः सन्ति तु तत्र?
चतस्रभ्यः महिलाभ्यः पुस्तकं वयं स्वीकुर्मः.
बहु सम्यक्. बहु उत्तमम्. अग्रे प्रिया महोदय भवती अग्रिमं करोति वा?
आं महोदय, अहं प्रयत्नं करोमि. कतीनां
Pandavanam? What did you want to say?
I didn't think. I just said.
Dhanush va? Dhanush shabdha va? Dhanusi, Dhanunshi iti kimapi asti tatra. It's a little different thing. You can use chapu. Chapu is also bow. Like Guru shabdha. Is that the confusion, Mahodaya?
Yeah, I'm confused. Yeah, if you can help me.
So you wanted to say bows, is it? Bows?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you say, so let's look for it. So I don't know if you guys have this thing, forget about this actually. We'll just go and see bow. I believe it is chapu or dhanush. And then you have to see the form. So dhanu is the dhanus shabdaha. So if you want to check that shabda out, so let me see if I can go into that other one. So we go to Sanskrit Abhyas. We can either do this, or I have this thing which I can show you how to find later. Dhanush, Dhanuhu. Come, hello.
This is an app, is it?
This is actually, you get this golden dick app. You get this golden dick app and you can actually download the dictionaries for it. And it will give you all the dictionaries for it here. But if you want the Dhanus Shabdaha.
Mahodaya, Dhanu is Napumsakalinga.
It is Napumsakalingam, and I'm looking for the Pratipadikam. Is it Dhanus? Do you remember what it is? Anybody? Help?
No, I don't.
Is it Dhanus? Sakaranta Napumsakalinga Dhanus Shabdaha. Dhanuhu Dhanushi Dhanumshi.
Oh.
Okay. Dhanuhu Dhanushi Dhanumshi. Dhanuhu Dhanushi Dhanumshi. Dhanuhu Dhanusha Dhanurbhyam Dhanurbhihi. It becomes simple because the A, so the A, Aha, Aha, and E. That is what the usual formations are. If you see Karma Shabdaha, if you see the Vachas Shabdaha, they all follow the similar things. Manaha, Manaha, Manasi, Manamsi. Do you remember that? Manaha, Manasi, Manamsi. Manaha, Manasi, Manamsi. Manasa, Manahbyam, Manahbihi. Like that it will come. So it follows a similar format. But if you don't remember, just look it up. This sanskritabhyas.in, then for Namapadani, and ashtadhyayi.com for this other, verbs, Kriya Padani. Okay. So Dhanumshi. So Katinam, Mahodaya, Priya Mahodaya. Katinam, Pandavanam. Dhanumshi. Santi. Katinam Pandavanam Dhanumshi Santi. Tatra Dhanumshi. Tatra U Dirgha I Hrasva. Dhanumshi iti. Tatra. It's same as Manaha, Manas Shabdaha, Vachas Shabdaha. It is all there in your Pravesha book. If you look for the Sakaranta Manas Shabdaha, I think is there in your Pravesha book. I've lost my Pravesha book for now. Does anybody have it? It should be there.
Yes.
Yes. Can you can see it in the Sakaranta Napumsakalinga Shabdaha. I don't know where my bag went. I've lost my bag. Oh dear. Not good. Okay.
Yes, it's in page 208.
Okay. So everybody can see that? So Dhanus also follows the same thing. The only difference there is the Sakara will become a Shakara. Okay. So it follows the same format like Manas Shabdaha. Vachas or Manas, what is there? I don't remember.
It says Manaha.
Manaha. Like that, Dhanuhu. Okay. So there what confusion arises is people will want to say Dhanuhu. Dhanuhu asti. Aham Dhanum Pashyami is what the regular usage dosha happens. It is Aham Dhanuhu Pashyami because in Dvitiya Vibhakti also Dhanuhu is Dhanuhu only. In Napumsakalingam, Prathama and Dvitiya are the same. Khalu. So you have to be careful in the Napumsakalinga usage when it is a different ending. So Manaha asti, aham balakasya manaha pashyami. I see the boy's mind. Manaha pashyami. Aham balakasya manamna pashyami. Manaha pashyami. That is where you have to be careful. So Katinam Pandavanam Dhanumshi Santi. Uttaramapi dadatu Mahode. Panchanam
Pandavanam Dhanumshi Santi.
Samyak. Uttama. So we did a little bit of different learning today. We'll come back to that. We'll do Sakaranta Shabdas. We'll do more Abhyasa with them. But it's a form. It's just a general form. You guys have to just use it. And with regular use, with Abhyasa, it will come. Okay. So this Kati Shabdaha, the last one, Katishu. Rajashri Mahodaya Bhavati Vadati va?
Katishu Purusheshu Udara Gunam Santi.
Bahu Samyak. Uttaram.
Chaturshu Purusheshu Udara Gunam Santi.
Yadi Chatasraha Mahilaha Santi chet.
Chatasrushu Mahilasu
Samyak.
Udara Gunam.
Bahu Samyak. Pavitra Mahodaya and Vijay Mahodaya, you haven't done it. So Pavitra Mahodaya, Prathama Vibhaktyam ekam prashnam pritchatu kripaya.
कति फलाः
कति
वृक्षः
फलानि
कति फलानि सन्ति.
सम्यक्. उत्तरं?
पञ्चफलानि सन्ति.
सम्यक्. तत्र फलानि न फ संस्कृते केवलं प कुत्र अस्ति चेत् तत्र उपध्मानीयः. If there is a visarga followed by a p or pha, that is the only time you will use fa. Okay? Otherwise in Sanskrit it's only pha. Pa, pha, ba, bha. So kati phalani santi, pancha phalani santi. Mahodaya?
Dhanyawada.
It's a common mistake. It's a common thing. I used to say pha only because that is the Hindi usage. Fa. But it is pha in Sanskrit. The only time you'll use pha is if you have Ramah pashyati, Ramah pashyati. That's the only time you use fa over there. Okay. Vijay Mahodaya, Bhavan, which one do you want to use? Which vibhakti would you like to use? And do a practice run with me. Vijay Menon Mahodaya, अस्ति वा? बहिरस्ति वा? न वक्तुं न शक्नोति वा महोदय? I think not able to speak at this time. चिन्ता मास्तु.
Yeah, I'm outside. Sorry.
चिन्ता नास्ति. Okay. इदानीं there's a quiz on this website. My class has definitely not done it, and I think I don't know if Bhanu Mahodaya's class has done it. This quiz is on Sankhya Vachaka Shabdaha. So to remember, you're going to use ekam only for ekam, dve, trini and chatvari. So remembering the forms for ekam, dve, trini and chatvari. You have 30 seconds to answer each question on this quiz. Okay. If you don't get it, who cares? As long as we make sure we understand it, it's fine. So trying our best on this. I'll start the quiz and I'll give you the link. Hopefully it works. Classic. Okay. Continue. We'll just trial this. So can you please go to this link, please, either in your phone or in your laptop in a different tab, joinmyquiz.com. So if you go to that website, and then there is a join code. So once you get to that website, you type the join code 057661. Joinmyquiz.com.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, just are you on your phone, Mahodaya, or on the laptop?
No, I'm on the desktop.
Desktop is easy. Just go to a different tab. Press Ctrl T on your website, on your Chrome.
Okay.
Then type in the link joinmyquiz.com.
No, I'm not getting it.
I'll put it in the, let me put it in the chat. Maybe that will help. Give me 1 second. Let me stop the share. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, the link and code, you can put it in chat.
Yes, I'll put it in the chat. How do I put it? Everyone in the meeting. Here is the link. And I believe it will go to the code, the direct quiz also. Can you see it in the chat, Mahodaya? You can just directly click the link.
Chat.
In the Zoom chat.
Okay.
Yeah?
I got it. Then there was so enter my name.
Yes, please. So everybody will be on that. So let me just make sure. There are 5 people. Okay. 7. Please don't be concerned about getting the right answer or the wrong answer. This is, unfortunately, I didn't realize, but this is a timed quiz. 30 seconds are given for each. So do your best. Please don't worry, but we will go over the answers together. Okay.
You want us to start, Mahodaya?
I will press start once everybody is in. There are 8 people in. Shall I start? Is everybody in? Is anybody not in yet?
Do you see me, Mahodaya?
I see Vijay, Haraprasad, Pavitra, Vijay Sundaram, Hemrani, Rajashri, PP is Priya, I'm assuming. Manjusha Mahodaya. I don't see Bhagya Mahodaya. I don't see yours.
I didn't press start. Is that why you're not seeing me?
Does everybody have to press start? Have you all pressed start? I think once you enter the join code, you should get in.
Yes, I think it.
No, you have to press start.
Oh, press start, Mahodaya. Yes. Yes. Madhavi Mahodaya is here. Bhagya Mahodaya?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You can also
No, Mahodaya.
Sorry?
Do you see me more? Yeah. You see
Madhavi
me.
Mahodaya, you're here. Yes. Bhagya Mahodaya, are you in?
No, Mahodaya. Somehow it's not working for me.
You just close the tab and press the link again, and then put your name and press start.
It's not giving me an option, Mahodaya.
What is happening, Mahodaya? What do you see on your screen?
I'm on my laptop, so I went to put join my quiz.
Okay, .com.
Okay, I'm in there.
Now you press the join code 057661.
Enter the quiz code. That's what I go there.
There you write the code 057661.
It gives me join a game, and then how are you using quiz Z? That's what it's asking.
Okay, can you close this tab? Go back to the Zoom, and in the Zoom chat, can you click on the link?
Go back to Zoom.
Go to the chat.
Okay. Click on that link. Okay.
Yes. Did it open?
Yeah. So
type your name and press start.
Okay. And start.
Okay. No. Yes. Press start. Nobody get tense about the time, please. Just doing your best. You're not in yet, Mahodaya.
I press enter.
You're in. Okay. I'll start the quiz now. 30 seconds each question. Okay. Ready, set, start. Okay. Go.
Grammar.
I'm sorry about the sound. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Shilpi, is that Shilpi dash Muni Biha?
Don't ink yourself. I already did.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm doing something wrong here.
It's not proceeding. Keyboard to select.
I'm starting this.
I'm just, it went away.
Finally.
Okay. Vortika Sukanya.
Oh, I missed it.
Please don't worry about getting it right or wrong. You try your best.
Okay.
It's very easy to make mistakes in this.
Oh, it's done?
10 questions, Mahoday. Did you have a timing in it?
I don't know.
There was no timing. If there was no timing, I'm actually happy. If there was no timing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm done. But by the time I move my this one, it picked wrong answer, Mahoday.
That's okay. That's okay. This is not a test where the questions are marked.
I know.
No problem. Let's just let the others finish also, and then we'll go over the answers. I took this, I wrote this test and I took this myself and I got 6 out of 10.
Oh. It says I can go back. Can I go back?
I don't know. You can try.
Reattempt a question you got wrong. Choose wisely. I don't know which one.
You can try if you want. Others are still
But
watching.
how do I know which question?
First time I'm trying this, Mahodaya.
Okay. No, I'm just...
Sorry,
Yes.
Bhagya Mahadaya, you can click on any of the dice. You have one question to reattempt. I got the similar one. You have 3 dices, right?
Yes.
Out of it, you can just click on any of the dices and that question will pop up.
But we don't know whether that's wrong or right, right?
No, the
they have put
which
the
you
wrong
got wrong, those are the 3 questions which you got wrong only. The dices are there.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you try?
Yeah, I had 1. Yeah, out of the 3, I had got 1. Yeah.
Dhanyawada, Mahoday. Dhanyawada.
Right.
This is really neat, Mahoday. I like
Yeah,
that.
it's very, very, very good.
And this way, you don't have to worry about, am I making a mistake in front of everyone or not? You can do yours and you'll see where you are standing. And then later,
Yeah.
I won't show the score for anyone. You know your score. We'll just go over the answers together. That's all.
I mean, even if we show, it doesn't matter.
I know, but some people don't like the idea of it, no? So it doesn't matter. I have no, because this Sankhya Vachaka Visheshanani, not just Sankhya Vachaka Visheshanani, even like Takaranta and all that, all those Shabdas, it is so easy to make mistakes.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I missed the class, Mahoday, so I did not know. So
no problem. Chinta nasti. So we'll go over the answers once everyone's done. There are 4 more people to
So,
go.
Mahodaya, this is for, for anything like, you log in and, you will get this quiz and you can answer.
So I made this quiz.
Oh,
so
I
I'll
see.
make more. I'll make one for every class if you want. No problem. Easy to make. 10 questions.
Oh, I think you should. I think it's very good.
Definitely. We'll make one for every class. At the beginning of the class, for Punaravartanam, we'll do a quick quiz. We'll do that. No problem.
Instead of homework, you can have the quiz.
Once again.
Sorry? Shamita?
Please make one for the Vibhaktis. I really...
Vibhaktis? Okay, I'll try. I'll make one for Vibhaktis, definitely.
Mahoday, anybody can use this website?
Yes. It's a free website. I made free quiz. So maybe once, after maybe another 10-15 classes, I'll get each of you. That'll be your homework. You start making the quizzes for me.
No, I want to do it for my Abhyasa Varga. Can I use this?
100%.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Definitely.
I can? Oh,
Yes,
Dhanyawada, Mahoday. I will do it.
Quizzes.com and you go and create your own free account and you can make your own quiz. Absolutely.
Oh,
No problem.
Dhanyawada.
I think we can, instead of doing the homework, we can do the quiz.
Oh, no. Mahoday, it has to be double. Okay. So I think 7 people are done. Still a couple more to go. Bhagya Mahodaya, it says you're still doing. Haraprasad Mahodaya and Vijay Mahodaya might just be outside, so he's not able to finish.
I'm done, Mahoday.
You're done? Okay. Haraprasad Mahodaya, you're also done? I think you might be the dice.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Let me share the screen and I will show you the questions. We're not going over this thing. So if you look at this, the 4th question, everybody answered correctly. Everything else, somebody or the other got wrong. And that is what I expected. The fact that the 4th question, everybody answered correctly, I'm shocked. So congratulations on that. Okay. So can I will talk through the answers and then you guys ask me if you have any questions. Stop me if you have any questions. Okay. In this one. So Gramam Prati Kati Mahilaha Agachan Tatra Prathama Vibhakti Asti. Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. Kati Mahilaha Tatra Mahilaha Tatra Strilinge Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. So Strilinge 4. Strilinge to Chatasraha iti bhavati. Chatvaraha Pullingaha. Chatasraha Strilingaha. Chaturaha ityukte kim? Vibhakti ka tatra?
प्रथमा विभक्ति किन्तु चतुर् शब्दः
प्रथमा विभक्ति चतुर् शब्दः नो चेत् यदि बहुवचनं द्वितीया विभक्ति अस्ति चेत् कः शब्दः
द्वितीया विभक्ति ऑफ
द्वितीया विभक्ति ऑफ चत्वारि चतुर् शब्दः द्वितीया विभक्ति ऑफ चतुर् शब्दः द्वितीया बहुवचनं तत्र संख्यावाचक चतुर् शब्दः तो नॉट दैट चत्वारि इज नपुंसकलिंगम् ओके so that was Gramam Prati Chatasraha Mahilaha Agachan. Anuja Kakshayam Pathati. Kakshayam iti Saptami Vibhakti. Kakshya iti Strilinge. Tu Eka Shabdaha Strilinge Saptami Vibhaktyam. So tatra katham Ekasmin tu Pullinge na. Ekasya tu Shashti Vibhaktyam na. Ekasyam Saptami Vibhaktyam स्त्रीलिंगे भवति तत्र सो अनुजा एकस्यां कक्ष्यायां पठति एकस्याः अपि न तत्रापि इदर षष्ठी नो चेत् पंचमी ऑफ स्त्रीलिंग सो दैट इज नॉट करेक्ट इट हैज टू बी सप्तमी एकस्याम् अवगतं खलु सर्वे अवगतवन्तः अस्माकं लतावर्गे कति अध्यापकाः पाठयन्ति अध्यापकाः दैट इज द विशेष्यम्. So we need the Visheshanam of Adhyapakaha. Bahuvachanam. And if there is even one male, it will be Pullinga. So it is Pullinga Bahuvachanam. So is it Treen, Trayaha, Tisraha or Treeni? It will be Trayaha. So which Vibhakti is part Adhyapakaha? Is that the Kartrupadam or Karmapadam there? It is Kartrupadam. So it is the Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. So it is not Treen because that is Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. Dvitiya Vibhakti any Bahuvachanam only, but Dvitiya Vibhakti of Pullinga. Trayaha is Prathama Vibhakti of Treen Shabda, Tri Shabdaha. So it is Trayaha Adhyapakaha Pathayanti. Avagatavantah khalu? Not Tisraha. Tisraha is Strilinge, Treeni is Napumsakalinge. So it has to be Trayaha because that is the one in Prathama Vibhakti. So first decide the vibhakti and the lingam, then you can find it out. Some kati balikabhyam melanaya.
Sorry, but can you go back to the previous one, please?
Nishchayena vadatu.
So adhyapakaha, that is bahuvachanam.
So it cannot be ekam or dve. It has to be in 3 or above. Adhyapakaha pathayanti. Kati adhyapakaha pathayanti.
It may be a Pullinga or a Strilinga.
Correct. It can be correct. But I am asking in our Lataa Varga. Asmakam Lataa Varga. So I gave a context there. In our Lataa Varga, we have 1 male and 2 female teachers. If there is even 1 male, then it will become Pullinga. Now I understand the problem. Sorry. Okay. If there is even 1 male, it will become a Pullinga Shabda. Okay. Adhyapaka.
Now, come again, please. What did you say?
If there is a group of people, if suppose there is there are students, Bhavantah sarve chhatraha. Ekamapi pulling ekamapi to if there is even one ekaha api purushaha asti chet, tatra when you say bahuvachanam, you will use pullinga only as the bahuvachanam. Bahavaha chhatraha, all pullingam only.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes. In the group, if there is even one masculine, then the whole bahuvachanam will be in masculine. The whole shabda will be used in masculine. But if there is all females, then you will use strayaha. You will use tisraha adhyapakaha. If there are only females, suppose there were 3 female teachers, then you will use tisraha adhyapakaha.
Got it.
Mahodaya, then won't it become Tisraha Adhyapikaha?
Adhyapikaha, correct. Dhanyavadaha. The Adhyapaka Shabda itself is Pullingaha. There. So the confusion will arise, suppose we have Chatraha. Then if there are 3 students, if there are all 3 are male, then we'll say Trayaha Chatraha. Suppose we have 3 students, 2 are female, 1 is male. It will still be Trayaha Chatraha. If all 3 are female, then it will become Tisraha Chatraha. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Adhyapakaha is already a masculine Shabda. Dhanyavadaha Mahodaya. Yes. So shall we move on? Is that okay?
So Mahodaya, if I have to say, like in this class now, there are 12 of us. So then if I am saying it will be Sarve Chatraha.
Correct.
And if we were only ladies in this group, it would be Sarvaha Chatraha. Is it like that?
Samyak. Oh, Uttamam. Tadeva. Exactly. Very good. So next one, Balikabhyam. Already we can see it is Dvivachanam. Balika. So it is Strilingam. So we have to go with the Dvi Shabdaha. In Abhyam, we don't know whether it's Panchami, whether it is Tritiya, Chaturthi or Panchami. Let's look at the whole sentence. Balikabhyam melanaya pitarau atra agatau. So Balikabhyam melanam. What vibhakti will that be?
It will be in Dve.
Dve. It will be, but it will be Tritiya vibhakti, kalu?
Yeah.
Melanam asti chet Balikabhyam Dvabhyam Balikabhyam melanam.
Yeah.
To meet with Tatra Saha iti Shabdaha na asti, parantu yadi asti chet api samyak. So that Saha is Adhyaharaha. So it is your meeting with 2 girls. So Dvabhyam Balikabhyam melanaya pitarau atra agatau. To meet with 2 girls, the 2 fathers came. Atra agatau. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes. This agatau is something we will learn in the future in this Lataa only. It is the ta pratyaya. Agataha. We know agatavantau. Agatau is also correct. Okay, but we will learn it in the future. You will see it a lot. Agataha, agatavan, agataha, agata, mahila, agata, tadrisham. So don't get confused. It is exactly the same meaning as agatavantau. Okay, we'll go into it later. I don't want to confuse people right now. Okay, Rishihi ashrame avasat. Rishihi. Rishihi is, so Rishihi avasat, so that is Prathama Vibhakti. Ekaha eva asti. It is only in singular. So ekaha. Vadatu? There also we have this habit of saying ekam rishihi asti. It is not correct. Rishihi asti chet tatra pullinga shabdaha, to ekaha rishihi ashrame avasat. Everybody okay with that? Yes. Ekasmin. Oh, you can say, okay, another confusion there. Does the eka refer to the rishihi or refer to the ashramaha? In this quiz, it refers to the rishihi. Shamyata. Rishihi. So that's why it is ekaha. But ekasmin rishihi, ekasmin ashrame rishihi avasat. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So yes. If we said ekasmin, that means we know that ekasmin points to the ashrame. Yeah. Okay. So that is also okay. But to make it, these sentences are simple sentences. So usually the Visheshanam will come before the Visheshyam. So this ekaha here points to the rishihi. Ekaha rishihi ashrame avasat. Okay. Malakaraha kati malaha rachayanti. So malakaraha, there is the kartripadam. The people who are doing the rachanam are the malakaraha. So that is in Prathama Vibhakti. So malaha rachayanti, malaha there is in is bahuvachanam, but it is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. It is the karma padam. So it is, we need bahuvachanam, Dvitiya Vibhakti. So this is all 4. So we need Dvitiya Vibhakti and Strilingam. So we need to go into the Chatasra Shabdaha. It cannot be Treen. Treen is in masculine. Pullinga Shabdaha bhavati. Treen iti, Trayaha Treen iti bhavati. Chaturaha is Chatvaraha Chaturaha. Pullinga Shabdaha Dvitiya Vibhakti. No. Chaturnam is what? What is Chaturnam? Which Vibhakti?
Shashti.
Shashti Vibhakti. Shashti Vibhakti, Pullinga. Pullinga no chet Napumsakalinga. So not that. So the only thing left is Chatasraha. So in Strilingam it is Chatasraha, Chatasraha. Prathama is Chatasraha, Dvitiya is also Chatasraha. So Malakaraha, Chatasraha Malaha Rachayanti. Samyak? Sarve avagatantaha?
Samyak, yeah.
Uttama. Agre gachamah. Vatikasu kanyaha anandena kridanti. Vatikasu. So because this simple sentence, this we know this blank refers to the Vatikasu. Vatikasu is Vatika Shabdaha. Akaranta Strilinga. Strilinga Shabdaha. Vatikasu to Saptami Vibhakti. So this is Bahuvachanam, Saptami Vibhakti, Strilingam. So Bahuvachanam means it will be 3, 4 or 5. So this is 4. So 4 Chatur Shabda Madhye, Strilinge, Saptami Vibhakti. So what is it? Chaturnam is Shashti Vibhakti and it is Pullingam. So wrong. Chaturshu is what? Saptami Vibhakti which lingam?
Pullinga.
Pullinga. So not Pullingam. We want Strilingam.
Or Napumsakalinga.
Or Napumsakaling. Correct. So we don't want that. Chaturasu. What is Chaturasu? Who knows what Chaturasu means?
Is it for Chatura Balika, that one?
Chaturasu Balikasu. That is Buddhimatishu Balike, Buddhimatishu Balikasu. That is what Chaturasu means. Okay. So this is Chatasrishu. Chatasraha Vatikaha Santi. Chatasrishu Vatikasu Kanyaha Anandena Kridanti. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Avagatam khalu? Agre. Shilpi Munibhyaha Vastrani Dasyati. Shilpi. There's a girl, Shilpi. Sa kim karoti? Sa dasyati. Sa kim dasyati? Sa vastrani dasyati. She gives clothes. Kebhya dasyati, munibhya dasyati. So this is dana kriya, so chaturthi vibhakti. Munibhya so bahuvachanam. So it has to be 3 or 4. And munihi is pullingam. So we have to go pullingam, bahuvachanam in chaturthi vibhakti. So tribhihi is in tritiya vibhakti. Not correct. Ekasmat, it cannot be anyway, it cannot be in singular. And ekasmat is chaturthi, is panchami vibhakti. So it can't be. Then chatasribhyaha. Chatasriha is what? Strilingam. So it cannot be Strilingam. But chaturbhyaha is correct because that is pullingam, bahuvachanam, chaturthi, panchami. But here it is in chaturthi vibhakti. Does this make sense? Avagatam?
Yes.
Shekharaha putranam buddhiman asti. So here we are talking about katinam putranam buddhiman asti. In how many children is he the smart one? So putraha, that is pullingam. Putranam bahuvachanam shashti vibhakti. So can we do tisranam? No. It is which lingam?
Strilingam.
Strilingam. We don't want Strilingam. Can we do Trayanam?
Yeah, Pullinga.
Yes. Because it is Pullingam and it is Bahuvachanam Shashti Vibhakti. It is correct. Dvabhyam cannot be because this is automatically already in Bahuvachanam. Can't be in Dvivachanam. Chaturshu is Saptami Vibhakti. We don't want that. So that is Chatrayanam. Shekharaha Trayanam Putranam Buddhiman Asti. Even if I had said, is this statement correct? Shekharaha Chaturshu Putreshu Buddhiman Asti. Is that correct? That is also correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can use Saptami Vibhakti or Shashti Vibhakti to use comparative within a group among. Shashti or Saptami is correct. Okay, remembering that. Bhagavataha Darshanam Lokeshu Bhavati. Katishu Lokeshu Bhavati. Lokaha tu Pullingaha. Lokeshu tu, what is the Vibhakti?
7-3.
Saptami Bahuvachanam. Pullinga Saptami Bahuvachanam. So let's see. Can it be Trishu?
Yes.
Yes. Because that is Saptami Bahuvachanam Pullinga. Correct. Chatasrishu. No. Strilingam. Can't be. Trayeshu. Is that even a correct form?
No.
But people want to do that because they see Trayaha and they want to go Trayeshu. Don't do it. It is
Okay.
Trishu. Trini is, what is Trini?
Trini is a Napumsakalinga 3.
Correct. Napumsakalinga Prathama noche Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. So it is not that. That's all. So did this make sense? Was this helpful?
Very
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So
Mahodi,
going over it, did I take too long, or going over it was also okay? I want to check the timing.
It was good.
It was good.
Very good.
Very good.
Mahodi, I have two questions.
Ask.
When you set this quiz, do you give the options and also you give the answers, right?
Yes.
Okay. And it can be in any language?
It can be in any language, as long as you have the keyboard.
Okay.
As long as you can type in the script, you can do any language. Quizzes.com. After about another 5 or 6 lessons, or maybe another 3-4 lessons, I'll make you guys make the quiz. It'll save me time also.
Wow.
Can you send the website's name? Quizzes, is it?
I'll put it on the chat. Yeah, 1 second. It's quizzes.com. Oh no, what did I do? I'm so sorry. This is the problem with having different keyboards. Quizzes.com. Yes, that's what it is. Okay. So share screen karami idani. Now this is a very interesting topic. This topic, I can take a whole lesson on this topic. Actually, we can take a whole discussion lesson on this topic. It's not just me. Okay. There is something in Sanskrit that is called Bhuta Sankhya. Bhu dhatu. What does bhu mean? What does bhavati mean?
Being.
It exists, to be.
Exists. Bhuta Sankhya. They use Sankhya using something that is in existence. They don't use the numbers, Ekam Vetrini. How did our old mathematicians write their shlokas to do all the mathematics and show it? They didn't necessarily have to use Ekam Vetrini. They could point to something that always only exists in Ekavachanam and use that to say that is Ekaha. That is Bhuta Sankhya. Okay. So now we have in our Pravesh, in our Parichaya, they have these things for dual, 3, 4. Certain things are always in these numbers. Okay. So when we say Lokaha, we know Lokatrayam eva asti. Svargaha, Martyaha, Patalaha iti bhavati. So when we say Lokaha, when they say Loka, it means that if they're using it in a shlokam, it means 3. Okay. Sometimes when they say, then when they do this Anushtup Chandaha, that Chandas, do you know what Chandas is? The meter?
Yes. Yes.
In a lot of our shlokas are in Anushtup Chandaha. So there you have, when you do that, you'll see in certain places there is Dirgha, in certain places there is Hrasva, in certain places you have, you use more force when you say it. So when they teach you Anushtup Chandaha, they'll say Ashvaha. Ashvaha means 8. In the 8th syllable, it is Dirgha. Because there is Ashvaha, there are how many horses for Surya's chariot?
7.
7.
Then what is Ashvaha used for? 8, I don't know. 7 is, then Ashvaha is 7. Is it 7 or 8?
7.
Ashvaha, then 7th syllable. In Anushtup Chanda, is it 7th or 8th? Does anybody know?
8.
So Ashvaha is used for 8 for there, for some reason. So now I completely confused all of you and myself. So Ashvaha is used for 8. Why Ashvaha is used for 8, we'll find out later. But that is how they teach it. They say Ashvaha is for 8, like that. So you have to know that. So when we teach maths in our schools and all here, we teach this numeracy. We teach 1, 2, 3. We teach, we don't teach it in correlation with the whole world. When they teach it, when they do it in Sanskrit, it's absolutely amazing in the fact that they pull in these references to kavyas. They pull in these references to, like, literacy is pulled into numeracy also. They have a very holistic way of presenting everything. So they use this Bhuta Sankhya for that. Okay. Now, I am no Pandit, so I don't know anything. I'm only at the level of Parichaya for this Bhuta Sankhya. I only know these things. In fact, probably Haraprasad Mahodaya, Vijay Mahodaya, all of you have been doing the Bhagavad Gita and all that. You will have more of a contextual understanding of this Bhuta Sankhya. So when you see it later, and you can bring in these examples to class, that, they use these representations of things in the world to represent numbers. So this Lokaha, this Lokatrayam, Svargaha, Martyaha, Patalaha. Prasthanam, Prasthanatrayam. Look at it. It is Upanishad, Brahma Sutrani, and Bhagavad Gita. These are the 3 prasthanas. Okay. Then you have Veni. Ganga, Veni is rivers. The main three rivers are Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Triveni iti bhavati. Tatra Triveni Sangamam iti asti khalu. You guys know that, right? Triveni Sangamam. So Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati.
Saraswati.
Purusharthaha, Arthaha. Arthaha is meaning. What is the meaning of life? Purusharthaha. They work for Dharmaha, Arthaha and Kamaha. Doshaha, Doshatrayam. Vataha, Pittam, Kaphaha. Ayurveda. Doshaha, the bodily problems that can happen. Vataha, Pittam and Kapaha. Pitakam. This is in Buddhism. It comes up.
Mahodaya, one ekaha sandeha. Now, you say by pointing a word like lokaha, it is understood, it is Triloka, Trilokya.
I know what your question is going to be. Huh? I know what your question is going to be, and I'm going to tell you I don't have an answer right now. How is the use? How is the usage? Correct? That's what your question is.
Yeah, it's the usage. Correct.
I don't know. I don't know, and I desperately want to know. I have heard it only in this when my other guru was teaching this Anushtup Chandaha, and even that I kicking myself that I didn't write it down. So our goal by the end of this Lataa Kaksha will be to Lataa Vargaha will be to understand how it is used in say kavyas or in shlokas, how these bhuta sankhya's are used. It is I think it is probably one of those what is it, those mystery sort of usages that actually, if you actually understand it, it takes you one level deeper rather than just understanding superficial meanings. So let us, if we come across it, let us put it together. I'll put a Google Doc and we'll try and see if we can find any usages in the Sanskrit kavyas or anything. Mahodaya, Haraprasad Mahodaya, if you see it in Bhagavad Gita or anything, please put it in. If something, nudges something in your brain, just put it into that document or bring it to class and we'll discuss it. Because
another thing is Purusharthaha. Why do they say Trivarga Purusharthaha?
Trivarga Purusharthaha is how they have written it in the what is it called? In the Parichaya book. Okay.
That is incorrect. It is incorrect.
I thought there are 4.
Yeah, that's right.
There is, when you come to 4, I believe there are 4. You come to the, where is my Pravesha? Everybody, can you look in the, can you look? This is in Prathama Pataha only. Can you check for me?
In what book?
In Parichaya book. You don't have it, no, Mahodaya? Yeah?
No, I don't have it.
Don't worry. I'll put it all up in the PPT for now. So when you register,
on page number 22. Page number 22.
So in page number 22, there is Trivarga Purusharthaha. Do you see that?
Yeah, Dharmaha, Artha, Kamaha.
Now go to the next lesson. Go to the next lesson and go to the same at the end. In Chatwari also there is, it comes.
Yeah, Chitrardha Purusha.
So I don't know why. They've given both. They've given in Trini and they've given in Chatwari. Now why have I put it here?
Context.
It's context. And why have I put it here? Because we have to memorize this for the exam. Okay.
There it is Chatur Vargaha. Here it is Purusharthaha.
Can you read that Chatur Vargaha out for me?
Chatur Vargaha is Dharmaha, Arthaha, Kamaha, Mokshaha.
So that is different, I think slightly different context.
Yeah, probably.
This is Purusharthaha is probably what do people work for in the earthly domain.
No,
not including moksha.
Na Mahodaya. Purusharthaha. Purusharthaha in the way you explain what is Bhuta Sankhya, it is pointing to some word, something, and which is very commonly known. Okay, and Purusharthaha is commonly known as the 4 Purusharthas.
Correct, but they've got both written in the book. So I don't know.
No, they have written it as Varga. Chatur Varga. I mean, Varga means a class. It is not.
Yes, it's classified into 3 classes for this Purushartha. In the book, it is there. So for the exam, we need to know it. But in Kavyas and Shlokas, I'm assuming that it's mostly going to be pointing to the 4 classifications.
Chaturvidha Purushartha.
Chaturvidha Purushartha. There you have the moksha also coming into play.
Yeah,
so,
but what I understood, sorry. What I understand is that to get the moksha, you have to have this dharma, artha, kama.
Maybe. In order to attain the moksha, you have 3 pathways. You can go through dharmaha, arthaha, or kamaha.
Yes.
Either of these.
Mahodaya, all those things are correct. I have no problem in agreeing with that.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't put it under Purushartha.
I agree
Mahodaya,
with
Mahodaya, if you look at their Purushartha, they also put it Trivarga Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kamaha. So that's why they are explaining here. For under Trini, Trivarga Purushartha is Dharma, Artha, Kama. Yeah. When you say Purushartha, Chaturvarga, then Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. That's very simple.
I understand.
No, I think, I agree what Hariprasad Mahodaya was saying. When we hear Purushartha,
we
number
think of the
4
4
only comes to our mind.
Correct.
Yeah, only comes to our mind.
Correct.
So,
I agree too. So for now, what I would think is, because that is the way it is commonly said, right? So I'm assuming if they say Purushartha, it is used for a Bhuta Sankhya usage in Kavya or something, it is probably going to be as the 4 unless there is a clear contextual understanding that it is only the 3 somehow. Now,
maybe
because,
it's a question for Jay Kumar Ji.
Yep,
yes,
yep, that's right.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. Because the problem here is this Bhuta Sankhya, they have in the book, they have it is kind of just bare bones. They've given it to you to memorize. They have given no context, they've given no background, they've given no like sort of a historic sort of a usage, how it's done, nothing is given. Right. And the problem is, if we have Bhuta Sankhya that is there in each lesson, there are 10 lessons and there are 10 sets to be memorized, 9 sets, I believe, 9 or 8 or 9 sets, which is a lot to memorize. So my goal is that if you have to memorize something, you need to start early. Otherwise it won't happen. So at least that parichayam should be there as to it is there in the book, you need to memorize this. So that was the main goal of this. But I also thought it was a very interesting concept, because I know that in Lilavati and all that, in some shlokas, he uses this Bhuta Sankhya to define numbers. Now I have to pull it out. I have to look through my old notes and try and get it and find out how it is. But it is there. That sort of usage is present in Sanskrit. How, when, where, why, I have no idea. Okay.
Maybe when we get Sankhipta Ramayana Anvaya, maybe we'll find
maybe
some
we'll see that
words
when
there.
it comes to like the armies or something like that, maybe we'll see the usage there. For now, the main goal is that you have this understanding that, there are these are used in as threes. There are triplets here: Lokatrayam, Prasthanatrayam, Triveni, Trivarga Purusharthaha, Anantram Chatvaraha api santi, Doshatrayam, Tripitakani, Sutrapitakam, Vinaya Pitakam, what is the last one? I can't see. Abhidharma Pitakam. That is there in Buddhism. Okay, the Pitakani. So that is where that comes from. Trimurtayaha Vino, Brahma, Vishnuhu, Maheshwaraha, Ratnatrayam, Samyak Jnanam, Samyak Charitrayam, Samyak, what's the last one? I can't read. Samyak Darshanam. Okay. Ratnatrayam. So the 3 gems of, what is it, character or something? I'm not entirely sure, but they've given it as Ratnatrayam over there. Then Shakti Trayam, Jnana Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti. Now, if anybody comes across more in-depth understanding of any of these, please bring it to class, because my understanding is also at the very bare top level where I had to memorize for the exam. I'm very interested to figure out more in terms of what is there here, etc. Okay. So,
what is, under Rachnam, what does Charitrayam mean?
Charitrayam is Charitram is Charitram is behavior. Charitrayam is this thing, character. Charitrayam is character. Am I correct?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, character. Charitrayam is character. Jnanam is Understanding Charitrayam is character. Samyak Darshanam is showing how you show yourself to the world, or how you explain your how you are, like what you are seen as, sort of. That's the
or what you perceive.
Yeah, how you are perceived. So these are the three gems, the characteristic gems in a person. How a person can be, like, uttamaha purushaha asti chet tasya tu samyak jnanam bhavati, samyak charitrayam bhavati, samyak darshanam api bhavati tadrisham iti aham chintayami. But note that I only have memorized this for Parichaya exam, which I was very sad about because I did not have a deep understanding. So if we get it, it's better for us. So that is the thing. But memorization is necessary for the exam. They will ask you. They will ask what are there. There are, I think, 3 marks here for the exam. Okay. So as we go through, I'll keep putting these so that memorizing, you can keep working at that. That's all. Okay. So now we have our time is over, but I was going to go into some Anvayaha. We'll do that next lesson. There is also Kiyat Shabdaha. Kiyat Shabdaha is a very nice Shabdaha where it is there in all 3 lingas, purushas, lingas and vachanas. Okay. So we'll go into that in next class, and we'll have the Prashnan Prichata. So we'll go into a little bit of in depth, because Kiyat Shabdaha is something that is not in common use. Again, we only use mostly in Prathama Vibhakti. So we'll go into that next lesson. Does that, so idanim Shanti Mantra Muktva Prashnaha Santi Chet Prashtum Shaknuvanti Sarve. Madhvi Mahodaya Bhavati Vadati Va? No chet Anya Kopi? Madhvi Mahodaya Vadati Va?
Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavanti.
Bhavantu.
Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu.
Sarve
bhavantu sukhinah.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve bhadrani
Sarve
pashyantu.
santu niramayaha.
Sarve bhadrani pashyantu.
Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Kshamyata Mohode.
Chinta mastu.
I was just